Oh no, no, what have you done?
That's the first time I've ever actually killed anything while driving, you know? It was horrible.
So we're now walking down Portugal Street. We're in Shada episode 2. The Doctor is chased by the sphere, and just behind me had to abandon his bike before making a run for it. So now we're just passing St John's College Chapel, and we'll start passing it from the other side as we start heading towards King's Parade. Gives me a good excuse to poke the camera through the... So we're just outside St John's College Chapel, and we can see that BBC Radio are there today, so I guess on Radio 3 there will be one of the services soon.
I picked up this.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, we're just about level with Cambridge Art and Craft Market, which means we've lost one of our number for a couple of minutes. But it's no great shakes, because it's quite a busy part of Cambridge, particularly at this time of year.
The vessel off.
Oh, he's got Daleks as well. I'm going to have to come back here one day when I've got more money on me. But
oh God, this box is good. I know.
So yeah, we're in the craft market because these sorts of things are on sale.
It'll be 28, but I can do it for 25 if you like.
Go on.
And put it in your free personalised bag. The only one like
Now there's a man that's got the sales pattern. So yeah, this is the craft market, which I really don't come to often enough, but I can highly recommend it to people. There's always a lot of very interesting things on sale here. So accompanied by buskers, we are now at Trinity College. Whenever I bring non-Cantabrians into Cambridge and show them round, I say to them, what is special about... No, it's not. Well,
it's a baton of some sort.
I always say to people, look up whenever they come to Trinity College, because of the Henry VIII statue, who has in one hand an orb, but in his other hand he does not have a sceptre, he has a wooden chair leg.
Ah, yes, yes it is now you say that.
And the reason he has a wooden chair leg
because someone nicked the orb.
Quite possibly because someone nicked the sceptre or whatever, but it relates to Cambridge, and it relates to what the students get up to in Cambridge, because we have what's known as the Cambridge Climbers, and this goes back so far in time.
Have they pinched the other one of the coat of arms then? Because one of the coat of arms has gone walkabout.
Oh, quite. No, not sure on that front, but as I say, this goes back to before I was even born, and it all relates to the fact that people don't normally do what we're doing right now. We don't tend to look up in life, we tend to look down or along. And so there are students, and they've been doing it for decades, and they're still doing it on and off now, who in the dead of night, when there's less people around, less police around maybe, or certainly may not get spotted by police, or I have to remind everybody at this point, there is something called Cambridge University Security, whose job it is to look after all these places. They will climb up and deposit things, and that is one example. And you think, oh, that stuff all died and stopped happening. Literally only about a couple of years ago, King's College Chapel, that we're not far from now, Christmas happened. Down the town there's people selling Santa hats in the middle of the road and what have you. On pretty much the same day, certainly in the same week, on top of one of the pinnacles of King's College Chapel appeared a Santa hat. And in exactly the same week, and it's still the only time it's happened to my workplace, a Santa hat appeared right at the top of Pembroke College Wren Chapel, and so it does still go on. So here we are now heading down Jesus Lane and seeing how long it takes for people to get distracted by the shops, and it didn't take very long at all. So yeah, we're stood outside the Union Jack Souvenirs shop, so I couldn't resist shooting a bit of video of the Queen shaking her booty away.
Oh yeah,
She's quite active for her age. Well, we're now slowly but surely approaching Garret Hostel Lane, and I've not lost it this time because it's quite clear where it is as long as you're looking, and it's a lot easier to look for it if you're walking than if you're cycling. So left here, left everybody,
left turn, Clyde.
And we start heading down Garret Hostel Lane so we can get to Garret Hostel Lane Bridge. So yeah, we're almost there. We're just approaching Garret Hostel Lane Bridge, and once we get on it, you'll see why it's so crowded. So yeah, this is why Garret Hostel Lane Bridge is such a big thing with tourists, because it has like the most amazing views of Cambridge. You get to look across to the bridge at King's College, and I think, I forget how near we are to, I think we're near enough to possibly see, no, we're a bit further down than Queen's, but certainly it's one of the main passing points, and a lot of the punts go right underneath us here. So we're back out on King's Parade now, and someone has noticed this sign, and it has been up for a few months, and I still don't know what it is. Soldier Ride straight on, Soldier Ride up. I mean, up would be the top of Great St Mary's Chapel, so it's obviously not that. So the watching masses, or anybody that's watching this on YouTube, why is there a sign that says Soldier Ride on King's Parade in Cambridge at the moment? So we're now slowly heading down the cobbled streets, certainly at this end of it, of King's Parade. It's a sort of anti-traffic zone rather than an actual pedestrian zone, as you will hear cyclists trying to get us out of the way. And on our right is the beautiful icon of Cambridge that is King's College Chapel, and does appear in Shada, because a couple of the characters do cycle straight past it, and I feel myself just being fair to my fellow cyclists and getting off the road. So we're outside the Haunted Bookshop, which a year ago when I did the Shada tour, I went in, had a bit more money on me that day, and within a couple of minutes was buying a Target book for my collection. And surprise, surprise, Jean, who is a fan of all things Victorian, has within seconds found herself a lovely boy's own book circa 1889, 1890, which will be dismantled. And what will you do with the pages when you've taken them out?
They might be used for decoupage, and I might use...
What's decoupage?
Putting bits of paper onto bits of wood.
Oh.
And some of the images will get photocopied for my magic lanterns.
Ah. So as you can see, we've reached our next port of call, which is the scary clock. I think it's meant to be a grasshopper, but it's like about the scariest looking grasshopper I've ever
Cock
seen.
and chice.
Now explain to the viewers what a cock and chice is.
A cock and chice, if it was culinary, is where you take one part of an animal and attach it to the other to serve it.
Remember this from cookery programs now.
Yeah, so you have 2 or 3 parts. It's almost like a fish's head. It's got grasshopper legs. It's got a bee's body sting, and it's got moth's wings.
It's not too bad. Well, unfortunately, we actually missed this happening, but I'm filming the aftermath. This man in the white shirt on this punt just fell, yeah, very soggy now, just fell into the depths of the River Cam, and he's now trying to work out how to get back on board this punt with, and I'm guessing it's his family on board, without pulling them in with him.
He's quite a weight.
Well, he's just about to pass right underneath us, so I couldn't resist getting a few close-ups of how truly wet he is as he goes under this bridge. So we're just now heading out of Botolph Lane, and this was also part of the chase scene in episode 2, and in front of us the Doctor entered that way and came and headed off in that direction. I did yell over and ask people not to jump ahead of me, but so yes, we're on Portugal Street now, and we've just been stood outside the Sedgwick Museum of Earth Sciences, and think it's quite a big building. I think this here, where there's all these sort of crocodiles and lizards outside, I have a feeling that is this is all part of it as well. But, and there's another carving here of interest, woolly mammoth, and yeah, there's blow up parrots in the window and all sorts of lovely oddball stuff. So we're now slowly heading away from Emmanual College, where somehow we got away with being in there for a few minutes this year. Last year, if you've seen last year's video, you'll realise we had a little bit of trouble with the porters, who didn't like 9 or 10 people all showing up at once and hanging around. But somehow we got away with it this time, and we're on what I would term the loop round part of the tour now, as we slowly start walking back towards somewhere that has relevance to Shada, and that would be where the TARDIS landed. So we've just succumbed to our sweet tooth, or sweet teeth, over at Original Hardy's sweet shop, and slowly but surely the tour comes to a close as we head towards, oh, just over there, the Mitre pub, and through there, I'll put it in the centre of the picture, was it through the Mitre? No, it's actually through the Mitre. Through the Mitre, at the back of the Mitre, is where the TARDIS landed, and we're going to try to visit there. Unfortunately, these days, it's the staff car park of a restaurant on that site, so we'll just have to see how we go. We might literally have to stand nearby briefly and admire it rather than actually hang around. So yeah, there it is in front of us, and I daren't even walk over there because it will annoy the restaurant staff, because we're probably all right where we're stood right now, but as soon as you get to where those bins are, it's privately owned land, owned by the Curry King restaurant. But just to the left, round the corner from where those bins are, is where the Fourth Doctor was thrown to the floor by Skagra's mind ball, and in the cliffhangers of episode 2, that's where we end up, and at the beginning of episode 3, thankfully for him and for us, Romana showed up in the TARDIS and he rapidly escaped. So yeah, this is the end of the Shada tour, and behind us there, where we're all gathered, is the Mitre pub. So we're all off for a swift half. Goodbye.